Are you a festival lover? Come, let's make it together. Guys, so going in with some all-purpose flour, and I'm using 1.5 cup. So we'll go with 1.5. Then we'll do 1/2 cup of cornmeal. Then I'm going to use some sugar. Guys, if you have granulated sugar, use that because it makes the dumpling fry a little lighter instead of more on the darker side. So I'm going in with 1/4 cup of sugar. I'm not using too much sugar. If you like it sweet, like well sweet, you can go in with more. And then I'm going with 1 tablespoon baking powder. And this is the brand baking powder I'm using. All of the baking powder them are not the same. They are not equal. Trust me, I've learned that the hard way. Alright, so 1 of that. Alright. And then I'm just gonna combine this. We need to add some salt. We'll grab the salt. So we have a pinch of salt. Okay, let's see what comes out of this back there. Alright. Now run it through the sieve. Alright. And then I'm going to show you why I'm running it through, because most of the time the sugar and the baking powder always stand up in the light, man. So so we have some lump of sugar. I'm not squeeze it in there. May I leave it out? Because I don't want to dump it too sweet. Alright? Just transfer it back to this. The next thing we're about to do is use some whole milk to knead the flour. Guys, you know, if you have Lasco, you can also mix some Lasco. Use it to knead the dough. Alright, so we are going with the milk. So you just take your time and go in. I'm going to use a spoon first to combine. Alright, going with a little more. Combine. Alright, so we have to put on our gloves. Alright, so I remove whatever is on the spoon, and then I just move this. Going with a little more milk. If it's too soft, don't worry about it. Remember, we're gonna leave it for relax, so don't add anything to it until after we leave it for rest for about 15 minutes. And then you can decide if you need anything more. So you want to use the wet or damp napkin and just cover it. And guys, this is important. Let it rest. Yeah, because you know when you eat your festival, you taste the cornmeal grain. Just allow everything to just marry and come together nicely before you start the frying process. Now let's start the ball and roll. We're going in with some vegetable oil. Alright, that should be good. You want it for hot, but not hot as you drop the dumpling, it start burn. Because if it not eat up properly, it'll go soak up the oil in the festival. So you want it somewhere in the middle. So not too hot, but not cold. Alright, so while you saw it swell, double in size. Not double, but I think I'm gonna go and roll them and set them aside until we're kind of ready. Give me a second. Alright, so I'm gonna make them and put them on this. I'm gonna tip like a flour on this. Give me a second. Alright, so I'm gonna put them down on it, them not stick. Also a flour on so you don't let no stick on it. Alright, and then we'll stretch it out. Take half piece. This should have in front of me, you know. Alright, so what me normally do now, me just barely fold it, right, and then me roll it. When I roll it, I flatten it and stretch it. This one a little piece more and stretch it. Just stretch it. Right? This will take piece more. Do it a little bigger. I don't know if I put this soon, see, you know, because I don't want to move the phone. Now I start the dumpling. Alright? Now I take a little bigger piece than what I take earlier. Alright? Just kind of roll it. You have to keep your hand flour, okay? You see, this kind of soft. Roll it. And then I roll it while I stretch it. Right? When you stretch it now, you flatten it. See, I take here, so flatten it. And then I happen something like this. It will swell up by itself, so don't worry about that. So you can stretch it. And then we'll just put it on a plate. We'll just add a couple like that. Roll it, stretch it, flatten it. And it not have to be perfect, guys. It not have to be perfect. Stretch it. Stretch it. So yeah, pull it. Stretch it. Alright, so say the last one. One a little. But we want to split the last one in a two. Small. Could I combine it and the first one I'm gonna make, you know. But I must test that one and see. Alright, so I wait a second before I drop the rest of them. Because wash the pan. Alright. Hey. You see that? I clean up it and left it dumpling, you play, you know. Alright, I drop the rest of it now. and clean up and left the dumpling. You see that? Start catch. Alright, so alright, I flour it so that I kind of cloudy. The flour after I want to put on the plate. Cause that. Anyway, what me do now, I always keep turning them. Me not just allow them to sit. Me just turn them so that them can get an even color. Stand up over on the pot. And as you turn your face away, they start burn. Don't be afraid to turn them and turn them back. Keep turning them. Because as I say, I don't want them burn. And I have the stove on 5. Alright, my stove have low. Then it goes to 2468. 246 and then high. So I have it on 5 right now. But I mean it did turn down and I turn it up. So once it starts going with itself, I'm going to turn it back in between 4 and 5, somewhere there. So medium heat, you want to fry them pan. Alright, so there I set up a plate for the dumpling them. I'm going to take out the one here. I'm going to put in first. When them catch a even color, then you can take them out once the color even. So I give them here maybe like a minute more, and then we'll take them out. And these are the first one. See it? And you see, that's why I'm telling you to use light color sugar, because when you use light color sugar, you get a better looking dumpling. Because even though a brown sugar I use, I never use much. I'm also, my sugar never dark. I have a light brown sugar. And that's the sugar I have. And don't rush them because the inside will not fry. And that's why you flat it out. When you flat it out, by the time it rises itself and change color, it's supposed to fry in the middle. Alright, so I'm going to take out them here. Boop, boop. I'm putting the next set. I'm gonna leave my pot, but don't leave your pot. Why? So I'm telling you. Don't leave in a pot. Alright. So just keep turning until in your head. I should have watched the time. I should have checked the time because I know somebody that asks how long it takes for fry. And just as I say, you don't want to eat too high and just keep turning it. Keep turning it. Like every minute or so, you just keep turning it. And trust me, it will fry. Some people also use the fork, pierce it. So pierce it like in the middle. And that will allow the inside to fry too. So if you have a hard time getting it fried properly, you can also pierce it. Alright, so I'm going to take out there. Come on. Out of the pot. Alright, so now I give that a minute. And then we're all done. Look at it. Alright.